Today you are being transported to a snow-covered village. The ground is dusted with soft white snow, and the air smells like the sweetness of pine needles and crackling fires. The village is quiet, and there's a sense of stillness and calm as the snowflakes gently fall from the sky. You take a few steps forward, and noticing a path winding its way through the village, leading you to a small stone cottage that glows warmly with the light of hundreds of candles flickering in the windows. This is the Toymaker's cottage, a place where magic and healing come together, a sanctuary for those who have lost touch with their inner child. You feel a sense of curiosity and excitement as you approach the cottage, each step closer bringing a feeling of warmth and safety. As you embrace this feeling of warmth, you take a deep breath in and breathe out. As you get closer to the Toymaker's cottage, with its ivy-clad stone walls and windows glowing warmly against the frosty twilight, it seems to hum with a kind of magic. The edges of its roof are dusted with snowflakes that sparkle like diamonds under the dimming light of the late afternoon sun. Each stone is intricately placed, weathered by time yet sturdy, and covered in ivy that twisted and twirled like fingers reaching out for connection. The sign above the door, painted in golden letters, read, "For those who have forgotten how to play." As you approach, you can't help but feel a tingle of anticipation, as if the cottage itself is beckoning you closer. There's a sense of mystery around it. No regular hours, no posted times when its doors would open. Yet on Christmas Eve, as the village bustle with last-minute festivities, the cottage door creaks open. You edge in anticipation, deciding whether to enter, as you look through the frosted window. But as the smell of cinnamon, sandalwood, and cloves envelop you, you feel drawn to go in. You gently place your hand on the wooden door, pushing it open further, and step in. Inside, the air shimmers with the light of thousands of joys. There are wooden rocking horses gleaming with a polished, sun-kissed glow. Marbles sparkle like drops of dew scattered across the floor, each one reflecting the flickering lights of tiny lanterns placed around the room. Soft hand-stitched bears sit nestled among the trains, dolls, and kites, some wearing velvet bows and others velvet scarves, each one a guardian of memories past. You pick up one of the soft bears and hold it tightly close to your chest, and are filled with a sensation of comfort. You take a deep breath in and breathe out, knowing you are safe and deeply loved. Looking around, you notice there are no shopkeepers to be seen or heard. There is only a faint, comforting hum, as if the toys themselves are gently singing to each other, sharing stories of their previous owners, whispering of the joy they once brought and the healing they were about to provide again. The cottage seems to pulse with life. Every toy seems to have a story to tell, and each one is imbued with a sense of magic that invites you to be embraced by its enchantment. The light from the windows illuminate the room in a warm golden glow, casting flickering shadows that dance across the floor. It's as though the cottage sits still, preserving a piece of innocence, a sanctuary for anyone who has ever lost their way back to the child they once used to be. As you move further into the shop, the toys seem to beckon you closer, inviting you to pick them up, to touch and to remember. There was a sense that the toys know you, that they know your past, your pain, and your longing. They're waiting for someone like you, someone who has forgotten how to play, who need a nudge back into the world of imagination and carefree joy. As the soft glow from the candles cast a magical sheen over everything, you take a deep breath in and breathe out. You continue to make your way through the Toymaker's cottage and take a moment to stand in the stillness and wonder of this place. Taking a deep breath in, you notice the room is a haven, a safe place for healing, a space where the barriers of adulthood can melt away, leaving only the simplicity and purity of play. The faint scent of cedarwood and cinnamon linger, wrapping around you like a comforting blanket, creating an atmosphere of warmth and peace. So you take another deep breath in and breathe out. You continue to look around the shelves of the Toymaker's cottage, exploring the intricacies of each toy. You run your fingers through the lace trim of the dolls' dresses and wind your fingers in their curls. You drive around the wooden floor the colorful model trains. You tick back and forth the model airplanes hanging from the ceiling. Curiously open the trinket boxes, wanting to explore what's inside. You make your way to the corner of the shop where behind a sheen, glittery, star-studded curtain are dozens of clothes for pretend play. From pirate clothes to fairy wands to superhero cloaks and princess tiaras. It is an area where you can let go and imagine the possibilities. You take a moment to try on the clothing of your choosing and gallivant in the creative story of your imagination. After some time of play, you continue to make your way through the cottage, and you notice the miniature doll houses and castles, and closely observe all the miniature furniture that has been hand-carved and stitched together. You tinker with the little doors and the lace on the windows, and imagine yourself downsizing to the stature of little dolls and toy soldiers, embarking on an epic adventure of pretend play. You imagine the stories crafted for these little characters, and after a while, you notice a glimmering shimmer coming from the corner of the Toymaker's cottage, guiding you to a wondrous and magical puppet stage. The stage is ornately decorated, and it is filled with a variety of puppets, from soft wool sock puppets with little beaded wiggly eyes to wooden string puppets dancing the night away, and larger hand puppets with their hair made of yarn. Imbued with magic, the stage comes to life as all the puppets sing and tell stories, transporting your mind to a place of laughter, simplicity, and comfort. In this moment, you allow yourself to enter a stage of joyous play and childlike wonder, one like you haven't experienced before. Perhaps even when you were a child yourself. You take another deep breath in and breathe out, remaining in this state of childlike wonder, filled with laughter and play. As you experience this sensation, you take a seat on a fuzzy blanket laying on the floor, resting your back on a chest of toys. Gazing around, you wonder if the cottage holds a special toy. The toy you always wanted as a child, but were never able to have. Or the toy that as a child you most needed in order to feel free to play, to feel safe, and enter a state of comfort and pure imagination. Reminiscing on this, you hold close to your heart the comfort bear you picked up when you first entered the Toymaker's cottage. And you take a moment to see yourself as a child and take a deep breath in and breathe out. You look at yourself as a child with love and compassion, pondering on the special toy you needed most as a child or wanted most. And you take another deep breath in and breathe out. As you hold this toy in your mind, you feel its magic infusing into your being. You let your child self play and sense the freedom and safety, for this toy represents a part of you that has been neglected or forgotten, a part that needs healing and play. As you hold the image of yourself as a child playing with this toy, you hear it twinkling like the sound of shimmering fairy bells coming from inside the toy chest. You turn your head slowly, and you see the chest slightly rattling behind you. Curiously, you open the latch on the toy chest and wonder, what could it be? You carefully open the toy chest, and to your amazement, you see the toy you always wanted and most needed as a child. Your eyes glimmer with hope, and your eyes well up with tears of joy as you behold the toy. In this moment, you allow yourself to feel the comfort and joy you didn't realize you needed most today. For you see, as your inner child heals, so do you. So let this moment sink in, and take a deep breath in and breathe out. Allow yourself to embrace this toy. Allow yourself to jump and twirl, knowing that it is here to remind you of the joy and freedom you are worthy of experiencing. With each breath, feel a sense of release, as if the weight of the past is lifting off your shoulders. The weight of the stresses of today are leaving you, and you're becoming lighter and freer. As the evening settles in, you find refuge and safety in the Toymaker's cottage, and you spend the night playing, being fully present in this scene. You allow the child within you to come alive, to experience joy, creativity, and safety. For this is your time to heal. This is your time to play. This is your time to reconnect with a part of yourself that deserves love and care. This is your happy place, and you can stay here as long as you need to. As you continue to hold this image in your mind, you're reminded that healing and play go hand in hand. You're never truly alone. The child within you is always with you, waiting for an opportunity to come out and play. You're worthy of joy, and it's never too late to reclaim it. So continue to twirl, continue to laugh, and continue to play. And whenever you are ready, take a deep breath in and slowly start to bring your awareness back to the present moment. Wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch gently. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. Allow this sense of peace, healing, and playfulness to stay with you as you go about your day. And don't forget to take time to play, carrying the magic of the Toymaker's cottage with you always.